Hey, welcome to New Jump City, everybody, where we recap the week in American and Japanese sequential art. I am your host, Christian, the unbiased king, Espinal. And joining me through Discord, it is the man, the myth, legend, my co-host, Joshua. Gangsta Time, go!
It's called Partner, but it should be called Gangsta Time.
What up, Chris? What's good, everybody listening? I can see Brian's video, but he selfishly won't show it to y'all.
Well, he's on his phone right now, so it's not going to be a good...
Yeah, man. Why you gotta throw me under the bus, dude?
Speaking of which, that is the disembodied voice of our producer, Edgelord Big News Brian.
What's up?
Hey. Oh my goodness, we are back with some Shonen Jump goodness for you guys. It is Manga Tuesday, so let's not waste any time. We got some good shit. This was a good week this week, honestly. So let's not delay any more time. Let's get into plugs. You could find me at the Chris Espinal on Twitter and Instagram. Joshua Cole, where can they find you?
You can find me on the planet Earth.
All right. Same.
You can find me on social media at JDCole_37 on Instagram. And at NYChillin with an EN, not ING on Twitter.
Ooh, yeah. Brian?
You can find me at b.esp on both Instagram and Twitter. And, whenever I decide to get, like, a new computer or something, you can find me at twitch.tv/itspunchline.
Oh, yeah. You can follow the show itself at New Jump City on Twitter and Instagram. Follow us on Twitter, especially, because we do a really good Chapter of the Week poll. This time we have a tie again, but it's a two-way tie this time, so I guess a little better. But, yeah, please, we could use more votes. And we announce the winners every time, so check us out on Twitter at New Jump City or on Instagram. Sometimes we post nice things on there as well. You can email us at newjumpcitypod@gmail.com with any questions, suggestions, anything you guys want us to talk about. That would be the coolest way to get in touch with us. We do still have an email waiting. It's actually kind of like a bigger question that I'd like to take the time to answer because it involves a lot of characters, but we will get to it. But please send us more. We love getting questions. It's always a nice thing. You can also leave us feedback on what you like to see on the show, and we'll address those concerns at any point in time. If you prefer, you can comment under all of the videos that we make for you guys, whether it's the little highlight breakouts that we put up on YouTube or the full episodes that go up a little earlier. Subscribe while you're at it. Do the like thing, do the share thing. If you prefer audio podcasts, you can check us out on iTunes, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Pandora, wherever you listen to podcasts, we're there. The audio version of the podcast usually goes up first. So, yeah, do that up. And I think that's it. Without further ado, spoiler alerts ahead. Let's get into the show. One Piece. This is One Piece chapter 1041, Komurasaki. We get a little bit of a cover page again. This time, we have Pudding punching the shit out of Niji and Yanji for abusing Sanji for years. So good for you, Pudding. You did the good thing. Meanwhile, outside of Onigashima, we reconnect with Momonosuke, who is talking to Yamato about how Zunisha's here. And how Zunisha just came out to scrap. He's like, I've come to join the battle, Momonosuke. Tell me what to do.
Zunisha enters as a first round DLC.
Yeah.
Yeah, new Smash character.
Yeah.
Zunisha joins the fight!
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And also kind of overwhelming for Momonosuke because he's like, after reading Father's journal, I learned why it's so important that I must not die. But for some reason, Father tore out the page with the most crucial part. Very convenient.
Angry. He huff and puff. I forget he's a grown man. He's not a child right now.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah, so...
He's right.
Oh, sorry, Josh. I didn't mean to cut you off.
I said he's ripe.
Oh, yeah. He's like 28 at this point.
Yeah, I guess that's the ideal ripe age.
I guess.
I mean, she is the ripe fruit, so...
Yeah. No, that's true. I guess 28's a ripe age.
28 is ideal ripeness for human beings.
Well, I'm 29 now, so I guess I'm past my prime. It's only downhill from here, dudes. No looking up. Accomplish what you got to accomplish before 28, because it's all over. But in any case, Momonosuke is just like, I don't know what he wanted from me because he tore out that last page. What the fuck were they laughing at Raft Tail? And I'm like, dude, you and me both wonder this.
Right.
Momonosuke is currently every One Piece reader. It's like, what the fuck is going on here? But it's interesting. He starts talking about how his father wasn't a prophet. And he was thinking, if he was alive today to see what the world is, would he still really want to open Wano's borders? And
Yes.
And he's like doubting himself as to whether he wants to do it when this is all said and done.
So here's the issue. His dad would, because he's not a punk bitch.
That is true. If there's anything oh, sorry.
His son is very frail.
Yeah.
Only artificially of ripeness.
Yeah. I mean, he is only an 8-year-old boy in a ripe 28-year-old man's body. So
Yeah, he is still pretty young. Like mentally.
Yes.
yeah.
His
So-
mind isn't ripe.
Yeah. But speaking of not being ripe, the next page we cut over to the third floor on the Battle of the Connecting Passage. The other ninja guy, I guess, burned to death. And
I hate One Piece sometimes, man. Why does that have to be so ambiguous?
Yeah, I mean, unless they explicitly state he's dead, I don't believe he's dead, but
He's in the barbecue state.
yeah, he's in the barbecue state of being.
Yeah.
And
So I guess that's on death's door.
I
Like,
suppose.
it's rare right now.
This
Yeah.
was a real battle of endurance between these two.
Yeah, I mean, Raizo finally lets out that he's in actual pain, but even not fully, because he still has to be like, ouch, it's so not hot.
Yeah.
He's trying to front, but luckily for him, a fishman pulls up. It's Jinbei. And maybe Jinbei can do something about this somehow.
And spray his water on him.
Something like that. Maybe he could do that like weird tsunami thing with nearby water somewhere and just splash.
Yeah.
I mean, he can't materialize water, so I don't know.
It's really unfortunate.
Yeah. He's not a waterbender, but yeah.
Well, they can't materialize water. Oh, they can out of thin air?
Fishman?
No. Waterbenders, so you were right.
Yeah. No, I was correct.
You were right.
Raizo seems to be okay, though, because now, like, after he sees Jinbei, he's like, we must hurry. How careless of me. The preparations were already complete. And I'm like, Raizo, what preparations, dude? What you got going on there, you sneaky little ninja?
What was he doing before he got into this fight? Do you guys remember?
Sneaking around.
Real?
Like before he started this fight with the fucking forehead.
Oh, you mean like 2 years ago? When this
Yeah,
fight
what was he doing?
I don't know.
Like, did he have a task and then he just got like sidetracked? Like, does anybody remember?
No, he finished his job.
They all fought Kaido, right?
That's
Then
true.
they lost. Then they dispersed, and I guess he ran into
No, you're right, Josh. He was supposed to be doing...
I don't know, Sockhead.
Yeah, he was definitely supposed to be doing something, but I guess I forgot because it's been forever. If you know what Raizo was talking about, please comment and refresh our memories, because in this moment, I'm like, what did he do?
We're begging you guys.
Please do. We have bad memories. We apologize. But anyway, meanwhile, in the treasure repository, we cut back to Orochi, who last we saw him was with Komurasaki, who showed up and is just playing her instrument. And now he's getting tight. He's like, Fukurakuju, where is that garbage ninja?
Damn, hit
You
him
have
with
to wear that past barbecue.
Yeah. I mean, he's cooking, dude. He's well done right now.
What he's being prepared.
So yeah, he's just upset and tight, and Komurasaki continues to play her guitar thing, and he's just like, stop it, put that instrument down with your pretentious mask. He's like, don't you see shit is serious out here? And at that moment,
he thinks that's pretentious. Wait till he watches Twilight.
Yeah, so while that's happening, the roof caves in on top of Orochi because, you know, the whole fucking place is on fire and shit. And the whole thing...
He deserves it.
Yeah, definitely. And the whole thing collapses on top of him. And he's like, what the fuck? Why can't I transform? And it turns out Hiyori has been wearing sea stone on her nails this entire time.
Wow.
And that's why she went over them, just basically to prevent Orochi from being able to transform into his Hydra monster form. Which, pretty cool. So now she just can't he can't transform, so he's just stuck under this rubble and has a great probability of dying under there. So,
hopefully.
Pretty cool.
He's died 3 times already, so...
Yeah, I mean, this time he doesn't have the powers that would save him from getting killed. So, you know, not great. And she reveals that, you know, that she is the daughter of Kozuki Odin. And man, Orochi's like, father? And she's like, yeah, bitch. What now? That's when we cut over to more people dying. Oh my god. Izo and the CP0 agent known as Maha, I believe, are just do a dual exchange of death. Izo lets off the fucking like gun directly into this guy's gut.
Bow, bow, bow.
And Izo gets poked with like the death finger that they do. So I guess, you know, mutually assured destruction.
Dude, I forgot about that shit. About that CP9 skill.
Yeah.
The fucking finger blast or whatever it's called.
So he's dead.
I mean, they don't say he's dead, so I don't think so, but it's not looking good. The bullet went clear through him and exploded out the back of this guy's back. So, you know, who knows? Who knows if Izo's dead? But
he's not.
Yeah. The other CP0 guy is like, no, damn you, Izo. Why the fuck are all these Whitebeard pirates helping? This is bullshit. It's cheating.
Yeah, I thought the nigga was dead.
Basically. And so this guy starts walking away until he gets a call from his other boy up there on top. And he gets a call with orders from the 5 elders to eliminate Straw Hat Luffy at once. And he's like, fuck you mean? Straw Hat's fighting Kaido right now. You want me to interfere with Kaido's battle? That's impossible.
Who the fuck do you think I am?
Yeah.
I struggled versus Izo.
You think I'm going to survive?
My power has just been scaled properly for the masses.
Yeah.
They're asking me stupid shit like that, and they're like, yeah, so I hear all that hot shit, and guess what? We don't care.
Yeah.
Go make it happen.
You gotta go. You gotta go do your thing, man. Die for your country or whatever this is that we do.
X-Drake's looking on like, damn, son, that's fucked up.
X-Drake's like, I can't die for nothing without nothing to show for it.
Like that guy's about to.
Yeah.
That's why he said that.
Yeah.
He looked around and said, wow, that nigga's about to die for nothing.
Just like me. And one of us, both of us can't die for nothing. One of us gotta die for something, and it's gonna be me. So, really, it's 2 characters fighting for relevance, I imagine. I'm excited for that, I guess. Drake's gonna do something against this guy. We'll figure it out. I don't know. Meanwhile, Usopp is getting Kanjuro and Kiku away. Little snapshots across. Cat Viper is getting Wanda and Carrot to safety. Frankie is like repelling Zoro from wherever he was, but Zoro is not responsive. So it could be possible that Zoro's dead. No, Zoro! Imagine he just died.
Yeah, finally catching up to him.
Imagine he just died and this is it. We're just talking all this shit.
I'm ready for another arc where Zoro is nerfed.
Yeah.
Have you noticed that like almost every arc in the New World, Zoro has been nerfed like every time?
Well, Zoro is constantly stuck in a place of either being nerfed or one-shot killing very strong opponents, supposedly. So,
Because he's a god.
yeah.
Yeah,
Meanwhile, back down on the performance floor, everyone's celebrating the defeat of Big Mom. Law and Kid are just talking amongst each other like, do you have enough strength for Kaido? And Law's like, nah, dude, tapped out. If the man who emerges from that fight turns out to be Kaido, then I don't have the willpower left to resist. And speak of the
he just told us all that he beat Kaido's bitch, no problem.
Yes, absolutely. There will be no ifs, ands, or buts about it. He's done.
He can go jump out the window and say all of that.
I mean, it's still too early. Luffy could win.
No, Law's still weird for that. He's a weirdo.
He's a
he won't
weirdo.
resist Kaido.
He doesn't have the power to resist Kaido. It's not that he won't resist Kaido.
He don't have the willpower.
You don't have the willpower.
Mental thing.
Yeah. I don't know.
Weird.
I think it's implying that Kid would do the same thing. Would not resist Kaido. Meanwhile, speak of the devil, Luffy versus Kaido continues onward. And Kaido actually starts to sense. It's like, they've gone and done it now. Lin lost the fight. And actually, this is kind of interesting because Kaido starts to think back on his past with Big Mom, and he's significantly younger than her, it seems.
Yeah.
Because she was like an adult woman when he was only 15, and he's thinking about the time that they first met when they were on Rox's crew.
Right.
And she was like, don't trust him. He's a scoundrel. You have any trouble? Just tell me. I'm Lin, and I'm going to be king of this sea.
I like cake.
Yeah. I'm going to be...
A whole lot.
Yeah. King of pirates and cake. But, yeah... Kaido's like, I've known that hag a whole long time after we just swore an oath to claim the One Piece together. And he starts weeping, and tears in his beer. And that's when Luffy goes gear fourth Snake Man and just nonstop just unleashes a flurry of hits on Kaido. And he starts yelling about how his ambition means nothing to him, especially if that leaves the people here with no food to eat. This is my final Gear 4, and I will not stop until I've completely run out of strength. I'm going to drive you out of Wano if it's the last thing I do, and that's where the chapter ends. So, yeah.
Final Gear?
I think he's saying
I guess
that...
he means as of right now.
I think this is the last time I'll be able to... I'm going into Gear 4. Like, I'm going to keep doing this shit. I'm spamming Gear 4 techniques until...
This is basically his he's putting all of his eggs in one basket, essentially.
Okay.
Yeah, but...
this is his last on Kaido.
Yeah, I think this is about to be Kaido.
Well,
No.
well, let's get into it. Josh, what are your thoughts about this chapter?
It was cool.
That's it?
Pretty cool. It was still, I thought it was dope that they was checking in on everybody. Let me see. I guess the most interesting part to me was when the CP0, whatever they're called, fought with Izo.
Yeah.
I thought they were going to be a lot stronger than that, but he is one of Whitebeard's crew, so I understand.
Yeah.
Izo was already hurt, right?
Yeah, Izo has been fighting for a long time now.
Yeah, he was injured. He was injured, right? They made it a point that he was injured before he fought them.
Yeah, they all got beat up by Kaido.
Mm-hmm.
Not even. He got injured by fucking regular goons.
No.
Damn.
No, he did. Remember, he had that stab wound.
You're right. I mean, he's been fighting for a
He
long
got
time.
stabbed by a goon.
Yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, go on, Josh.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting. Obviously, he's not going to be able to do nothing to Luffy, but that could be something. Let's not overlook it. Maybe after he beats the shit out of Kaido, they pull up and it's about to be a whole nother situation. Maybe they got to go save Luffy. Ooh.
Mm.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I can't believe Linlin used to look like this back then. When she was younger, she was fucking huge, right?
Yeah, yeah. She was always massive, but I guess
but not here.
Well, she must be like super tall at least in that.
At least, for sure. But
Yeah.
she's very lean.
Yeah, there was like a panel or two where like they flashed back for a second to their past, and they have shown Big Mom kind of looking like this before. I think when they were describing the Rocks Pirates in the first place, when like they showed like a model, like all blacked out model of all the characters when in their ages when they were joining Rocks, and Big Mom was definitely like a giant, but in shape lady.
Yeah.
But yeah, you have any other thoughts before I toss it over to Brian?
No, that's it. Enjoyable chapter.
Brian.
It's cool to see Snake Man again.
Brian, what did you think about this chapter?
Luffy is about to get mollywopped.
All
I'm
right.
just gonna put that out there. Because Kaido is due for a flashback, and I feel like we still don't know everything Kaido can do and is capable of. So Luffy kind of pulling this card out so suddenly, like Mr. Morge actually brought this up. He's a One Piece YouTuber. He brought up some pretty good points that basically Snake Man it doesn't have the same thematic finality as most other arcs did. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, Snake Man was the finality for Katakuri versus Luffy, right? But it doesn't feel like that right now. It feels like Luffy is being set up to lose instead of being set up to win so far. Like, they're already setting up Kaido's flashback, it seems. There's a bunch that we don't know about Kaido, and on top of that, there's still a lot of loose ends that need to be tied up in this arc, too. So if Kaido just loses next chapter, or in the next couple of chapters, it'll be kind of disappointing a little bit, Like, it still doesn't feel like it's time for this fight to be won yet. Luffy still needs something. Like, whatever, maybe we need to discover, like, what his devil fruit really is, why the government wants to assassinate him all of a sudden, like, and that would be the key to how he wins the fight against Kaido. Like, once he truly unlocks, like, maybe his awakening or some shit, that's when I think he'll be ready to actually win. But for now, I don't think Snake Man should be enough. Not that it can't be enough, that it could happen, but I don't think it should be the finishing blow,
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, Snake Man is just, it's not as cool as, the original Gear 4 or something. It just feels like Super Saiyan 2. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I personally don't think it. Do people really think it's going to end next chapter?
No.
Yeah.
I think people are more likely to believe that Luffy is going to lose more than anything else right now. I think people are more likely to think that Luffy is going to lose this fight.
Yeah.
I can understand that.
Maybe. I mean, I don't know. We at least know that it's not going to be over next chapter. There's probably going to be a lot of more information being dropped. I still maintain that Kaido's going to lose this fight, but I could be wrong, obviously. I personally really like this chapter a lot. I have a theory.
Oh.
Okay. All right. So, you guys remember Shirahoshi, right?
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Shirahoshi is Poseidon. She's Poseidon. She's the
Poseidon,
ultimate weapon. She can talk to Neptunians. What if the reason Momonosuke can't die is because he's Uranus, because his ability to communicate with Zunisha?
Well, so Zunisha is Uranus.
No, he is. Just like Shirahoshi is
Because
Poseidon.
he could communicate?
Yeah, because,
she could communicate with the fishes, the sea kings, which is the ability itself, right?
Yeah.
So the communication, and he could communicate with Zunisha. Wow, that's interesting.
Oh, I think you bring up a good point. Like, now that I think about it, so the you want to know what people believe. So all right. So Zunaisha, people do believe is Uranus itself, just because of how big it is. Like, if Zunaisha was standing on land, it would be taller. It would be as tall or taller than a sky island, right? It's only below sky level because its legs are inside the ocean.
Right.
So it would be, and Uranus is kind of often related to the sky or being like a king of the sky, you know, as opposed to Poseidon, king of the sea.
Mm-hmm.
And Pluton, I don't know what the fuck Pluton is in comparison to those two, but I think that's a good theory, actually.
Make the whole world one piece by destroying the middle.
Yeah. But yeah, that's my big theory. I'd like to know what you guys think. I think that Momonosuke is Uranus because of his ability. And it may not necessarily be specifically because he can communicate with Uranus, but maybe that ability to communicate with, not Uranus, Zunaisha, but maybe that ability to communicate with Zunaisha can translate to other things as well. Like, there's an extra importance, and being able to communicate with Zunaisha is only part of it. But that's my little theory there. I really like this chapter a lot. There's a lot of moving pieces and very interesting, like, things to move the story forward that is revealed here. And I'm curious to see how this CP0 dude is expected to do anything, because I'm pretty sure he's like, bro, I don't know, they're wilding out asking me to do all this shit. Like, I'm just a guy.
He's gonna camp them out.
Yeah.
And wait till someone falls and then swoop in.
Yeah.
I could see Kaido saving Luffy, to be honest.
Maybe.
I could see Kaido being like, nah, I want to finish this bitch.
Definitely.
This is my fucking head.
Yeah, I'm sure he doesn't want just some rando CP0 guy to take down Luffy. But yeah, I think there's definitely, like, we got to learn a lot more about Kaido before anything gets moving. We might get, like, a big action chapter next week that leads into maybe a flashback or something. That's how I'm thinking about it. But I feel like
one thing for sure though is that Luffy, whatever Luffy gets, it cannot be hockey related, because Gear 4th uses all of his hockey reserves, right? So he would not be able to access it. So it would have to be something devil fruit related instead of hockey related.
Yeah, I don't know. I think, like, that's the only way he could beat Kaido, though, is by using Ryuo at this point.
I
Gears are his awakening, right?
No,
because if he uses Gear 4th, he doesn't have hockey for 10 minutes, you know? So if Snake Man doesn't work, then that means he doesn't have access to hockey anymore. That's literally the stipulation.
He could, like, maybe rest for a little while someone else monologues.
Nah, because
body.
Because what's it called? Onigashima is supposed to drop on top of the capital in less than 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So if it takes 10 minutes for him to recharge.
Well, he could also just not run out of hockey. You know, he could find a way, not necessarily using Snake Man, but, you know, by other means. Like
Oda's implying with this writing that he's using literally everything by going Snake Man.
I don't know what you want me to say. All right, he runs out of hockey and he dies. I don't know what.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying. What I'm trying to say is it can't be a hockey boost. It has to be a Devil Fruit related upgrade. You know what I mean?
Well,
it has to be an awakening for sure. That's the only way if Snake Man doesn't work.
Yeah, I don't know what it could be. I don't know what rubber shit is going to stop a dragon, but that's...
I think it's a misdirection. I think it might be more than just like a rubber fruit. It might be something different, like a Zoan or something.
A Zoan?
Or a special paramecia. Another special paramecia that people didn't know about.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, dog. Anyway, I thought this chapter was good.
Unlock rubber.
I thought this chapter was good. I can't wait for the next one. I'm so glad that One Piece is not on break next week, to be honest. Sheesh. I checked as soon as I could. It's like, oh my god, is it on break next week? And it's not. Very cool. I think next week we should have the entire lineup again. So, you know, first time in a while since like last time, which was 2 weeks ago. Hopefully, it's more consecutive than usual. But that was One Piece. Let us know what you guys think about this chapter, whether it's through the comments or through the email at newjumpcity.pod@gmail.com. Check us out there. Let us know what you think. I'm very excited about it. Without further ado, let's move.
No RGCs for One Piece.
It's actually, this is one of the audience tied RGCs. So I guess I'll give it one.
Certified RGC. Certified RGC. Certified RGC.
This was a hard week for me, honestly, to pick an RGC, but
I didn't give it because this was more of a setup chapter, if anything. Nothing really happened, I think. It was just more,
lots of stuff happened. It's just like not massive, groundbreaking shit.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Let us move onward then. My Hero Academia. This is My Hero Academia, chapter 345, Division. Last we left off, the heroes pulled off their incredibly clever ambush to against the League of Villains by using like the evacuation pods or whatever they were building to try to skate them away. But the villains opened this chapter by escaping them almost immediately at 3 seconds in. And Dabi's just like, your pathetic cages didn't even last 3 seconds. And in typical anime fashion, it's like 3 entire seconds is all we needed.
Wow.
Cool.
That's efficient.
So in that moment, after they basically break it all through the little cages, the heroes just immediately jump them and start breaking them off into more separate groups. With fucking Monoma just like continuing to just like warp everyone through the gates into their separate arenas. And as Deku and Bakugo get together to push Shigaraki through their massive portal thing, a little wire pulls through one of the portals and yanks Deku through them. And it's too late. Pretty much everyone's been divided, and it all worked out. The plan basically technically worked according to plan. We start with Endeavor's group, who is just bursting through the skies into this weird like woodland area. Very cool 2-page spread, honestly. And that's kind of a theme for tonight. Dope 2-page spreads all around. It'll be basically Hawks and Endeavor versus All for One. And he's like, this was a pretty cool plan. I see. You really put your heads together for this one.
How are you gonna do my boy Kamui Woods like that?
Oh, Kamui Woods is there as well. Tokoyami's there.
Woods, Tokoyami's there too. Yeah,
Ooh.
they got that's a good squad.
It is a good squad.
Piano person is there.
Yeah. Who else is here that we can recognize?
I don't see anybody else that I recognize.
Kitty Cat.
Oh yeah, there's that girl from the Cat Squad.
Yeah, one from the. Yeah, you're right. There's Beast Man over there. I guess.
Oh yeah, I just see him now.
Yeah, this is cool. Cool assembling of heroes. They're together, and All for One's like, well, this was a pretty cool plan at all, but I think it's pretty harsh for you to put your youngest son to clean up your mess, right. No matter how much it pains him, and the unceasing abuse towards your eldest child. As we see, honestly, one of the coolest panels I've seen in My Hero Academia with Todoroki squaring off against his big brother, Dabi. Ida is there as well, if you see in the background.
Oh yeah, this should be very interesting.
Yeah.
Ida, Flame Girl from Endeavor's agency.
Yeah, and a couple of Nomu. And they're all
she's gonna be able to help out against Dappy.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah,
they've got other Nomu there, so I think they'll have their hands full, honestly.
All right.
And they're all gathered at the All Might statue thing. the defaced All Might statue. Very cool. And then we open where Shigaraki is, and he's on UA campus that is now a floating battle station, which is pretty fire. Not gonna lie.
Crazy.
If this was a final battle, this is a pretty cool stage for a final battle. It's UA itself. Huh?
I said sure is.
I mean, if it was a final battle, we don't know if it is a final battle.
All right.
But yeah, Shigaraki's like, UA, what's going on? And that's when Bakugo runs up to Best Jeanist, and he tells him the bad news that Deku was not there. And speak of the devil, we turn over to where Deku is, and it turns out he's with Toga and a handful of other Nomu up against Uraraka, and Gang Orca's there, and also
bullshit. Yeah, they're gonna be fine.
And Froppy.
Yeah, and also Froppy. And they're like,
oh yeah. Out of every other group, I'm the least worried about them.
Yeah, I mean, especially with Gang Orca.
Right, that is exactly the reason why.
Yeah, I mean, there are a couple other fish villains around, so it should prove interesting. But yeah, Uraraka's like, "What the fuck are you supposed to be here? You're supposed to be paired with Shigaraki," and apparently Deku's danger sense didn't even trigger when Toga yanked it, like spread her attack. So it could
maybe because she has a Venom symbiote.
Maybe.
Or I think it's because
I get the reference.
Let's get, before we get into what we think happened. That was the end of the chapter. Josh, what do you think about this chapter?
What do I think? I just told you. I think Toga has a Venom symbiote. But aside from that, I was really excited for this chapter. I thought they were gonna get split up by getting transported on the campus, but that didn't happen yet. Obviously, it wasn't around the campus. They ended up just getting warped again. It's dope. What can I say? I want to see how the fights unfold.
Yeah,
I'm excited how things are being set up.
Yeah, Josh, Brian, what did you think?
I've got a lot to say about this chapter.
Oh, do you now?
All right, first off, RGC, of course.
Certified RGC. Certified RGC.
Certified Brian GC.
This chapter was like the visuals and all that shit. It was actually fucking great. Like I love all these setup chapters, and all these like kind of Where's Waldo kind of things where you're kind of looking at who's paired up against who. And I fucking love. All right, so this Christian brought it up, but this Todoroki and Dabi panel looks so fucking cool. It's so fucking fire. I'm really excited to see what happens with it. And I'm also very, very interested to see how this Genius and Bakugo versus Shigaraki fight turns out, because I have a really, really, really strong feeling that that's not the real Shigaraki, of course. Like, I'm pretty sure that's not the real Shigaraki.
That's putting Shigaraki?
And this chapter kind of confirmed it a little bit more for me, just because I'm now realizing that this fight is lacking Spinner. We all know that Spinner is kind of, Shigaraki's bodyguard, like his protector, So if Spinner isn't there, then, why would Shigaraki really be there? So I'm pretty sure that what they're going to be facing off against is a Shigaraki clone that's already compromised, from what it seems, from the last chapter. So at least Bakugo and Best Jeanist have kind of an advantage there. But if they don't figure it out, they're kind of going to be out of the picture for a while, because we don't know where the fuck they are. Like they could be like hundreds of miles up in the air. Like they're going to be out of the picture, and then Shigaraki has kind of the upper hand to appear wherever he wants to,
Yeah.
But this chapter was a really fun setup chapter. I think out of the two setup chapters, I feel like between One Piece and My Hero, this one was definitely the most exciting. Just because, this is the start of this altercation as opposed to One Piece being like towards the end. There's a lot of things that have been tied up, but there's still too much that hasn't been tied up that makes me kind of not want to give it an RGC. But this one was a more complete like hype chapter. Like it kind of gives you something to look forward to the next week. Like multiple things to look forward to. So I'm really excited to see how it goes. And yeah, I'm really curious. I think Toga is going to pull something out that we did not expect.
Yeah. This was also my really good chapter of the week.
Certified RGC. Certified RGC. Certified RGC.
It was tough for me this week because I think everything was really good. But I don't know. I read this chapter a couple times over, and I was just like, yeah, this is... I love me a good old-fashioned Shonen Jump hype chapter. Like, there is something to, like Brian said, like the cool... like classic splitting up and trying to figure out who's up against who, like seeing like the ensemble of characters, and it's like, ooh, Ida's here and Tokoyami's there, and oh my god, the matchups that could happen. Yeah, that alone was awesome. Like Horikoshi really brought out his best in terms of an artistic form. Probably was some of his best work in a long time. And it's just cool and epic on a lot of levels. I think Toga is going to mutiny. Something about this, like Deku stating that like his danger sense didn't trigger when she yanked him in. Something about that makes me think that Toga doesn't mean them any harm right now, at the very least. So I don't know. Maybe she's secret friendly.
She's weird enough for that to make a little bit of sense. So
yeah, but that I acknowledge I could probably be way out there with that one.
No, real quick, if you don't mind me adding something to that. Every time Toga is involved with Uraka or Deku, her first intent isn't danger. She still loves them, right? Like they still have that weird, complex relationship. So it could be like another moment where she's kind of waiting to see what kind of people they are again. Like she's just gonna test them one last time to see who they really are, and if things don't go right, that's when she'll kind of snap.
yeah, this time, but maybe this time Uraka will be like, "Hey, I understand. It's okay that you murder and want to drink people's blood and be them.
Yeah,
I understand. Maybe that's all Toga needs."
Yeah, maybe. I mean, she probably won't say that exactly. But another note, like this probably doesn't mean anything, but the first time I read this over, when Deku was yanked in, I thought that was like Jiro's earlobe thing, like her earjack earlobe. I was like, is Jiro a traitor? But no, it was.
Oh, that would have been so lit.
It's so funny. I really thought, like, when you look forward, I forgot about like Toga's weapon being like the syringe thing. So this just looked like the earphone jack. And I was like, oh my god, it's Jiro!
We could dream.
Yeah, that would be a cool reveal, honestly. But you know what? I'm fine with it. It was just a funny thing. I want this Todoroki thing as a poster. I want it colored and postered on my wall without the speech bubble. It is a very lit panel to me. I don't know.
Beneath it, it's really cool too. I like the way he's looking. They're looking at each other. It's very calm.
Yeah.
Like, even though his eyes are squinted, but it's not like animated. Like, my little brother, I'm ready to kill you. It's just like you see the spite.
Yeah. I also love the little detail of like the steam
eyes and the spite in Darby's eyes.
No, yeah, I love the little detail of the steam coming out of the back of that pack on Todoroki's back. That's supposed to like regulate his temperature, and the ice and the fire. Oh, so cool, so cool.
Okay, is that what that backpack thing is for?
Yeah, it's
he's using a fire and ice, right? So yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, it's just a sick panel. I could talk about it all day. It's so cool. But yeah, those are my thoughts on My Hero Academia. I mean, this was a really good chapter to me just because I had the most fun reading it. But, it was a very close race between this and maybe the next chapter in One Piece as well. So,
Daddy is Obito.
a little bit. I mean, he's got that little trope where, he's like a figure from the distant past turned to evil.
Yeah.
He's like if Obito and Itachi were one character to a degree.
Yes. There you go. Kinda.
But yeah, any final thoughts before we move onward? No? Yes?
Nope.
All right. Well, let us know what you guys think. Please comment below. Let us know what you thought about this chapter and where the series is going in general. I don't really know the consensus on most of the series. I kind of stay off of discussion boards and YouTube videos talking about this stuff just because I don't want to influence my own opinion on it. But please let us know. I'd love to know what people are feeling about My Hero Academia, honestly, especially given that we've had like kind of an up and down trajectory with it. But without further ado, let us move onward. Jujutsu Kaisen.
Guys, I'm sorry. I'm so distracted by my cat trying to fucking get in this room. Her paws are like under the door. She's like...
That's so funny.
Oh, man, I feel
God.
bad, but no.
Yeah, you gotta be disciplined, bro. This is showtime.
And then she's gonna want to go back out, and I'm gonna have to get up again. I ain't doing all that shit.
Yeah, stand your ground, dude. But yeah, this is Jujutsu Kaisen. Jujutsu Kaisen chapter 176, Sendai Colony Part 3. Last we left off, we thought that Okkotsu was obliterated by the sky for a second. He got the world distorted around him. It was pretty crazy. But it turns out he survived that technique. He seems to have dodged or something. But, not for long, because this lady comes in immediately with the sky hands, like, yeah, kya, kya, kya. Okkotsu tries to, like, counter. You see his little fist going, like, yeah. But she moves the sky towards her. She does, like, it reminds me of Whitebeard's power, where he used to, like, drag shit. But instead, her thing, the way it works, is just, like, she distorts basically that entire area of space itself. And Okkotsu's arm goes all noodly and gross.
Yeah.
It's like that.
Turns all Gumby on him.
Yeah, it's like that part in Chamber of Secrets in Harry Potter where like they were trying to heal his broken bone, but they made his bone all wobbly.
He got stretched like spaghetti. God damn! Oh.
Anyway.
You're banging on my door like the cops.
But yeah,
back to noodle arm.
Yeah, after Okkotsu manages to get some distance, his arm goes back to normal. He's like, "Whoa, that was crazy! It didn't even hurt that it's back to normal." So he starts to try to figure out her technique, and she just tells him because that's how this works in this series. It helps if you tell people, if you monologue.
You disclose.
Yeah, I like that mechanic, honestly.
I guess it makes it make sense.
Yeah, it makes it make sense that they're standing there explaining shit to each other to make it just a mechanic in the story.
Yeah, right, creative.
Okay, so basically she explains that her curse technique treats the sky as a surface. So, she could basically like distort space around her. It doesn't seem to destroy anything in particular. I mean, unless like, I guess that thing that she does in the very beginning of the chapter, maybe she just like stretches space and slings it back at itself. It's wild. This is a crazy power.
I need to see it used more.
Yeah, this is honestly another really cool panel of distorting the background, making it look like a cloth. That's really good artwork right there. A lot of people are like shitty about Jujutsu Kaisen's artwork, and I don't know. You guys are bugging. Yeah, you guys are crazy.
It's got that rough element to it like One Piece does.
I think it's really... I personally love this art style.
And it's dynamic. It's really good. And like he makes up for the roughness of it because of how dynamic it is. I feel like that's a part of it. That's kind of the point.
Yeah, the roughness is
intentional.
intentional.
To be in motion.
Yeah, the roughness is definitely intentional. Like there's like a lot of hatching. There's like a lot of impact lines that are just like scratchy because that just exacerbates the impact. You know,
Exactly.
but people are watching.
Yeah, when shit's happening.
Yeah, but anyway, I don't know how people can look at this panel and say that Jujutsu Kaisen's artwork is bad, but you do you, man. Anyway,
Smoking crack, bro.
Crack, bro. But yeah, he's just trying to like put that stuff together in his head. Okkotsu is, and Sky Lady's just like, come on, attack already, which means that she needs Okkotsu to attack in order for her to do anything offensive. So I guess this is a reactionary technique.
Really?
I would think so.
Maybe. I think she's still cautious, so she's waiting to counter his move. I think it's not more that she can't do anything, but more like it's more beneficial for her to counter something he's going to do due to the nature of her ability.
Yeah, I think
to be more defensive one. Anyway.
Yeah, I don't know, because every time we've seen her attack, she's always had to be very close. So yeah. I think she needs him to get closer. But But in any case, that's neither here nor there. Okkotsu's just like, so let me ask you something. You won't complain if you get killed, right? I'm like, I don't know how you can complain if you get killed. I mean, how could you complain? But yeah, she's just like, do today's sorcerers treat obtaining flesh that casually? For us, we've come back from the underworld, so someone who completed her first life without regret wouldn't accept Kenjaku's invitation. Yeah. Oh, sorry, Josh.
No. I guess I was just gonna react to. No, let's the conversation finish. I'll give it in my thoughts later.
Yeah. And he's basically like she says that she's in the culling game for a chance at a second life, which is, I guess, what these ancient sorcerers are fighting for. If they win the culling game, they'll get to be really alive again. Because I guess they're maybe like husks in a way here, like inside of the culling game, and without it, they're dead again. But who knows? And Okkotsu's like, don't you have a lover or friends? Until recently, I didn't have.
That was kind of random.
Yeah, and she's like, what?
I'm not really following this conversation too well.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if he's just trying to stall her, or he seems to be genuine as well. He's like, oh, sorry.
No, I was agreeing that I do feel like he's genuine when he says I didn't have any friends until recently, but I still can't sympathize. I'm not really sure what he's not sympathizing with. If she's saying that I want a chance at another life through this culling game, so it's just like if she has a lover or friends, she's gonna want to get to them by earning this second life. I don't know. Maybe the lovers or friends are in the afterlife for her. I'm not really sure what he's applying. Even if you have regrets hundreds and thousands of years later, you're spending time killing people. How can you be so desperate for your own sake?
Oh,
what?
No,
I don't really understand.
I know what he's trying to say. I guess he's trying to like suss out why she's even fighting for the second chance. It's like, what can be? Are you by yourself? Are you doing this just to be alive, or are you doing this so you can be reunited with somebody, or because you love somebody, or this is all for the sake of someone? Because then, otherwise, you're just killing people for your own sake.
Just for the sake of continuing to exist, which is, I guess, kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
Is she a cursed spirit? She kind of is.
No, she's a sorcerer.
Right, but the fact that she came back from the dead and she's just murdering people for her own sake, kind of cursed spirit-y.
Sure, but she's a person.
No, I know. But the black guys don't help.
No, they don't help.
A little on the cursed spirit-y side.
A little bit. I'll concede there. She gets a little flash of someone who seems to be someone she might love or might have loved in the past.
Oh.
And she's like, are you one of the Fujiwara? I don't know what that's referring to. But she's like, what would one of your blood know about it? And their conversation gets interrupted by a pompadour blast.
Really?
Yeah, this fucking guy, what's his face? Ishigori. He lets off a fucking cannon, and I guess that's what they were talking about, where he has the highest cursed energy output of all of them, where he could just straight up shoot Kamehamehas from his pompadour. Pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. And so basically, Okkotsu and Sky Girl together are just like, well, we got to take care of this guy for sure.
For sure.
So Okkotsu's like, all right, so Rika's guarding people at the stadium, but a direct attack that big would result in casualties. So I should start by taking him out. And Okkotsu fucking sprints. How many city blocks?
He goes to him immediately.
I fucking love Jujutsu Kaisen.
I like his conviction. Look at his face, cold-blooded like Tim Duncan, bro.
Yes.
He's just like,
he
thinks about what his next move is and goes for it immediately.
Exactly. I fucking love this. This is why I love Jujutsu Kaisen. This energy is very unique to this series. Just like, all right, you want the smoke? I'm coming to you. With all of my might, I'm pushing towards you. I love that.
Wow, this could really cross over with World Trigger and there wouldn't be any problem.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they have a very similar energy in that way when it comes to battles.
Yeah.
But yeah, Okkotsu sprints over several city blocks, gets there in like 5 seconds, basically.
Yeah. Right.
Ishigori is just continuing to shoot pompadour blasts at him. Okkotsu,
These kind of look like hound bullets, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah. That's why.
Hound.
I mean, he used cover in the city to maneuver around, which is for sure a World Trigger like move.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, for sure.
It's really cool. They do that a lot.
Yeah.
Stay in the fucking gym.
Oh, what?
Elephant in the gym, remember?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okkotsu seems to look like he got hit with some of them, and he's like, oh, man, you're not going to disappoint me, are you? But guess who's back? Directly behind him, Okkotsu pulls up. He does like a cool like flip onto the rooftop.
Surprise, motherfucker!
And Ishigori's like, oh, yeah, that's where he made that hole earlier. And I guess like this was the bridge that collapsed earlier, I think. I don't know. I'm trying to remember when he made that hole.
Yeah, when Rika smashed
Right.
the hole.
Okay, so it was what I was thinking.
You remembered, yeah. So Okkotsu was resourceful.
Yeah, Okkotsu. And he just immediately starts scrapping with Ishigori, and he says, let's bring this in close. And yeah, Ishigori doesn't seem worried exactly, so, you know, we'll have to see where this goes, and that's where the end of the chapter.
Can't seem worried. He has a leather jacket on and a pompadour.
Yeah, he's got that fur, like, hoodie thing going.
Yeah, he can't show lack of confidence.
No, never.
So, you know.
Yeah, but with that
I'd
being...
be terrified if Okkotsu pulled up to me with the intent to murder me.
Yeah, definitely. Josh, what did you think about this chapter?
This was my RGC.
Yeah.
Certified RGC. Certified RGC. Certified RGC.
So, believe it or not, this is the third transition chapter of the week. It is just hidden cleverly behind awesome combat. Take note, fellow series.
All right.
Well, you know, well, actually, One Piece and My Hero Academia low-key did the same thing. I just think My Hero Academia. Whoa! I think Jujutsu Kaisen executed it the best. There's still a lot of questions we have about both of these guys. While at the same time they had certain things revealed about them. They both were able to get attacks off on Okkotsu, and he's still alive and well. I mean, he's a fucking tank, bro. Like Itadori almost. He's literally Itadori's older brother, damn near.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, with the sword. He's all right. What Itadori had, like what Okkotsu may lack in Itadori's raw strength and shonen durability, Okkotsu has intelligence, savvy, and Rika-chan. And his love for her. Those matter.
Yeah, that doesn't matter.
that separates the boys from the men, you know?
This is true.
Because he remember Mr. Clapman himself used to be the big bro. Now Okkotsu got to show him the way. Maybe Itadori might pick up a sword.
A sword.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, definitely. Very into it. Were those all your thoughts, Josh?
Yeah, Sky Lady's hot.
Yeah, Sky Lady is hot.
Although she looked like a piece of fucking celery in one of these strips. Or like a fennel bulb. Do you know what fennel is?
Yeah, I know what fennel is. Oh, yeah.
Look right there.
She looked like spring onion.
Yeah. Right. Like while it's still like a part of the stalk.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why they did her like that. That's all I say. She looked like a cursed spirit. There's a lot going on with her.
Yeah.
Very unnatural.
Yeah.
But unnaturally hot.
Oh, yeah. Brian, what did you think about this chapter?
I like this chapter. I gotta say though, this is the first time I think I've ever rolled my eyes at a Jujutsu Kaisen chapter.
Wow.
Just for that one moment where he's in the middle of trying to figure out her quirk. I mean, not her quirk, her curse technique, and then she just tells him. I know she probably has like some strategic plan behind it, but most of the time, whenever somebody reveals their curse technique in Jujutsu Kaisen, it's in a more like accepting moment. Like, the judge dude literally tells him because it's in the conditions of his domain and stuff like that. But she basically just went, "Oh yeah, this is how it works. Now hit me." That's basically what she
Are you going to do it to him, Chris, or should I?
I'll tell him.
Okay.
To be fair, Brian, this is a mechanic of the story.
I know it's a mechanic of the story, but that doesn't mean that.
No, you don't.
It's still kind of dumb.
You just said it like 10 minutes ago, and you and yet
I know. I know that this is how it works in Jujutsu Kaisen. I'm just saying that this time it was a little fucking on the nose. Like it was a little too like. It was a little too kind of. It was a little lame. Like it was a little lame how they did it this time.
Right.
Just because what's the point of Okkotsu even thinking about how the how the curse technique works if they're gonna just tell him right away?
I guess there's like varying degrees of how much you need to tell somebody, or you should tell somebody. Like maybe you don't have to tell them everything. Maybe you just need to tell them enough, and then Okkotsu has to figure it out from there. Because you can tell somebody how to defeat, like you could tell somebody how it works, but then they also have to find a way to defeat it, or like the various.
Why doesn't Okkotsu tell them about his quirk, his curse technique?
Because he's not using it yet. In theory,
right? And here's the thing.
He used it on the fucking. Mosquito dude.
She pulled up on him, surprised him. He had no idea who the fuck she was. You know what I'm saying? Or what her ability was. And she still couldn't kill him. She got several direct hits on him, and he's still standing looking at her like, "What, bitch? I'm about to tear your ass up," until Mr. Pompadour blew the situation up. You know what I'm saying? So she disclosed her ability to get stronger, because I felt like she needed to. Whereas Okkotsu, these niggas are small fry to him. Everybody's light. Kenjaku, light. Sky Girl, light. Luffy, light. All of these niggas is food to him.
Even
you know what I'm saying?
Series?
So he don't gotta reveal nothing. He don't gotta tell these niggas about Rika. He don't gotta tell these niggas about. I mean, he revealed his reverse curse technique, but
yeah, I mean, it's hard to
for them to know.
Well, that's a choice you can make.
Brian, you're on the nose. How about
Listen,
that?
I like this chapter. It's just that one thing was like, okay.
Well, you could choose how much you can disclose, or you actually don't have to disclose it. It just helps you along if it does, apparently. So,
is there ever a wrong time to power up?
And you can't really explain your curse technique if you bite someone's head off while doing it. That's how he got Kuroshi. He just like bit his head off. Kuroshi.
Kuroshi never explained his ability. That's probably why he fucking died.
That's true.
Probably why that sword didn't do enough damage.
That's true.
Now I'm theory crafting.
Brian, but what else did you think about this chapter? We cut you off with our information.
The action stuff was pretty cool and all that stuff. I love Okkotsu, of course.
Right.
Aside from that one little thing, I like this chapter a lot.
All right, Sky Lady, 1 to 10.
We're rating Sky Lady now?
Yeah.
I'd say she's a 6, not my type.
Fair. I get that.
Was it the panel? The fennel bulb panel?
Yeah, and also she talks too much.
And she's also thousands of years old.
You can deal with that, personally.
Yeah, you could deal with that.
But I mean, we all have preferences.
That's fair. Hey, didn't mean to shame. This was tough because this was very close to being my RGC, honestly. This was along the same lines of My Hero Academia. It was a little bit of a build-up chapter, but it was a very entertaining one. I mean, anytime Jujutsu Kaisen gets into action, it's just so fucking awesome.
Well, the thing is, I know for a fact that the next Jujutsu Kaisen chapter is going to be fucking lit.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if that's going to be the case for My Hero Academia next week.
Yeah.
I don't. It's a huge question mark.
You're bugging out. That My Hero Academia is going to be fucking fire for the next couple
No,
of weeks.
I hope so. I hope it's the best thing I've ever read.
Yeah,
Right,
I mean,
now you're dragging it.
I'll tell you
All
what.
right, I know it's probably not gonna, I'm just saying, I hope for the best. I really do.
I'll tell you what.
But
I don't disagree
if I
with
had
Josh.
to bet money on it, if I had to hold my breath for one or the other, it ain't gonna be My Hero Academia.
Yeah. No, I mean, I don't disagree with Josh, honestly. But
You guys are sipping haterade right now.
I mean, Brian, come on.
Hey, I ain't sipping, bro. It's part of my diet. All right, so don't act brand new.
Hey, look,
I
Brian.
don't know. We're acting like My Hero Academia didn't
I
blow
mix
out.
that MHA hate all up in the water and stir it up. No sugar, no other additives, just straight haterade for My Brian Academia.
Listen, if there's one thing that My Hero Academia can do right, it's action. My Hero
It's
Academia. What do you mean? What? Yes, it does.
I actually didn't hear what you said.
Oh, okay. If there's something that My Hero Academia can do right, it's action. Action chapters and these big extravagant events, My Hero Academia pulls out all of its stops every time. So whenever it's action, whenever it's these big setup fucking crazy fights, these crazy setup fights, My Hero Academia is at its best. So I can only expect good things from My Hero from now on. It's only when there's downtime in the story that My Hero Academia has cracks. But these moments, these are the shits that Horikoshi lives for,
I think these one-on-ones are going to be really dope. I'm just concerned. That's all.
Don't be. He's going to deliver for sure, I think.
Hey,
I mean, Kishimoto didn't fucking deliver.
Yeah, but Kishimoto ain't Horikoshi. I'm kidding. Let me stop. Let me stop.
I don't know. We'll see.
Whoa.
I'm trying to receive the energy via Discord.
Wow.
Brian.
He's coming a little reckless right now. Coming at us like Kishimoto didn't write the entire Sasuke retrieval arc. Sheesh. I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, he always had that back.
That Kishimoto Mafia, I wouldn't go up against him.
Damn, but the only girl was a villain and she lost. But she was really cool. Tamari was one of my favorite characters, so.
Yeah. Wow.
Alright, whatever.
Anyway, Jujutsu Kaisen. I really like this chapter a lot. Very entertaining. I mean, I don't want to do this whole comparison game, but I guess for the sake of argument, I mean, Jujutsu Kaisen is a very formidable opponent in terms of just battle chapters.
You gave it to My Hero Academia this week. Are you capping right now?
Hey, I said what I said. I gave it to My Hero Academia not because it had better action, because I thought it was a better overall chapter.
And because you aren't biased.
And I am the unbiased king.
What was the other audience voted one?
No, My Hero Academia.
Oh.
My bad, My Hero. But anyway, yeah, I don't know. It's stiff competition. We'll have to see. And I don't think they're going to get it right into scrapping next chapter because although Horikoshi is good at action chapters, he's not good at just getting into it immediately. on site like Jujutsu Kaisen is. Jujutsu Kaisen has on site energy. Horikoshi has let's talk it out first. And if we do not come to a reasonable conclusion, then I guess we shall throw fisticuffs. But I am here for both series. And I can't wait for Jujutsu Kaisen. I'm also glad that it's not off next week. But yeah, those are all my thoughts. Very fun action chapter. I don't have any more things to say. Let us know what you guys think about Jujutsu Kaisen this week. Very fun chapter. Are you guys ready to move onward?
Yes.
Then let's go. Undead Unluck. This is Undead Unluck chapter 100.
It made it.
It made it. Welcome.
It made it.
Welcome to the hundreds, baby. This is chapter 100 hard mode. Last we left off, Andy is in just some rando fucking village somewhere. He just saved this young lady from a giant monster thing. And they're just we basically open up where we left off there. Andy is looking at this like card where they've been tracking Unruin's movements, I think. When they started to notice that, Andy starts shriveling up a little bit and he's like, whoa, what's happening? And they look up, they see a nobody basically flying through the air.
A mummy nobody.
Yeah, from like Kingdom Hearts. And
Halloween Town.
Yeah, and they're like, yo, what the fuck is that? And Clothy is just like, well, that's thirst. And it's moving its territory. So, the UMA thirst.
Nobody cares about getting bitches no more, so he's going out to just do whatever.
Yo, that UMA, not a lot of people know this, but that UMA is that girl from Children of the Atom. That's Thirsty McGlasses crossed over.
Yeah! Finally crossed over.
Yeah, to the other
side. This
is
her final form.
Yeah. She's like, mutants!
Yeah.
Krakoa!
yeah. This is her mutant G manifesting. She is Uma.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, Andy talks to this girl a little bit more. This seems to be a pretty isolated country, as she doesn't seem to know that like the world is also as fucked up on the outside as it is on the inside of this town.
Right.
And as they're talking about shit, something falls from the sky. Andy saves this girl, of course, and they're just like, what the fuck is going on here? And a bunch of phenomena start happening. There's gravity just like coming down on them. They get negative vision, basically, where the world becomes black and white, and then it becomes back to normal. And the girl points out...
all types of bullshit, honestly.
Yeah, lots of shit that Andy did not sign up for. He's like, why? I just need to find...
I already got my own problems, dog.
Yeah, I gotta find the stupid vampire guy and fight him. But this girl gives him a pretty substantial clue about there being a castle, and everybody who goes into that castle comes out one of these grinning zombie things. And Andy, as she's describing how it happened to her mom, Andy wipes a tear off her eye, and he's like, "Good work, kid! Bingo!" So he's about to make his way.
He wipes the snot out of her nose. Gross.
Gross, buddy. It is a pandemic.
He didn't even wipe that shit nowhere. Oh, he just chopped his arm off.
Oh yeah. Oh wow! I didn't
remember handkerchief. I must have read over this.
Man,
that is hilarious.
Good for Andy.
He said coronavirus. Nope.
No, thank you.
Yeah, I don't do cooties.
Yeah,
and yeah, I don't want Fugo to smell your ass on me. So
yeah, you got to carve his skin off again. He's like, oh, she's gonna think I'm seeing another woman.
Right. And then the juniors pull up, which I guess are insignificant Umas.
It's like baby UMAs. It's like baby UMAs, I think.
Baby plot convenient UMAs.
Yeah, they're all coming. Andy jumps on his motorcycle and tries to evade all these things. And he's like, You got two options. The world's changed. There's no going back. You either die or you fight against them and live. Negate them and live. So I don't know if he's implying this girl's a negator or something, but yeah, he's like, choose. Direct me to the castle and I'll promise I'll protect you. And she's like, I'll do it. And he's like, cool. And then they enter this scary ass forest. And Andy cuts off his head to run some surveillance on what's going on. We get a cool 2-page spread where Andy is looking upon a handful of UMAs, fully grown.
Dude, did you mention the forest?
Yeah. The loopy spaghetti forest? Yeah.
Yo, the forest of fuckery. Even Clothy, who looks like a fucking burnt Pop-Tart. I don't know why that came to my mind. But like he's like, oh man.
Oh,
and I didn't think there was gonna be a forest of giant Uma creatures fighting it out.
Yeah.
Like Rampage. But I'm just like I don't know, it just remember when the One Piece crew pulled up to Tontada? No, not Tontada. To Big Mom's area.
Yeah,
and
Whole
like,
Island.
Island, yeah, and you know the shit that looked really whimsical. It looked adorable, but you knew that was the most menacing stuff because it was alive and working for Mama.
Yeah,
that's what this feels like. It's like, oh, you're gonna come in this forest and get fucking weird shit happen to you. You know, it looked intimidating. It looked really intimidating.
No, definitely.
And it brought me up. It was translated really well, and I had to bring attention to that.
No, yeah, I agree.
This guy's smoking a cigar dynamite stick. Is that what's happening?
I think his tongue is a dynamite stick.
Sure. Clock face. I get it. Wires. Right.
It's a bomb.
Yeah.
It's a bomb.
Right.
It's
okay.
a bomb. The bomb.
Okay. Let's break these guys down.
Okay.
Who else we got?
There's this crystal thing. I don't know. Diamond?
A diamond monster? Look at the trees. They look like broccoli.
Yeah, there's this lava dragon. There's a lava dragon here, and then, I don't know, another weird smoke monster.
Oh, Thirst is there. There's a dragonfly. I don't know what's going on with him. They look pretty standard to me as far as monsters go.
Yeah.
I don't see any distinct. This is Volcano Man, maybe Death. I don't know. Volcano Uma, Magma.
Yeah, Magma is a rule.
Magma Death. Is that the Dark Magician up there?
No.
He has a guitar.
He's got like satellite.
Oh, yeah, speakers and a guitar.
Oh, yeah. Is that the UMA music?
Yeah, maybe sound. He's getting it in right now.
Yeah.
Maybe he's just providing the music for the, like, you know.
Yeah. For the battle.
Everyone's duking it out.
Yeah. All right, so Andy gets back down to the ground and he's like,
after seeing all that wild shit,
he's like, oh, well, I guess we got to fight them all because this is close to the end of the series. And they immediately get approached by Thirst, the UMA Thirst, and Andy destroys it, which means it eliminates all thirst and I guess the concept of dryness away from the world. So nobody will ever get thirsty again. That's the implication.
That's so wild.
Yeah, that's crazy. It's crazy that that's a thing. Not only that, dry skin will probably cease to exist, it seems. I don't know. Does a lack of thirst also connotate infinite dryness?
Or infinite hydration.
Mm.
That's what it is.
I mean, in theory, nobody would have to drink water again. That much is at least assured.
No one needs moisture. That's why you would be thirsty.
Yeah.
Because you require moisture sustenance.
Honestly, this is probably the best rule to eliminate in a while, you know?
Eliminate thirst.
Yeah. But anyway, that's where the chapter ends, actually. Josh, what did you think about this chapter?
I thought it was really funny. It was fun. I'm getting weird vibes from this arc. I don't know if this is... I'm gonna swear that I'm not talking about that shit, whether it's gonna end the night anymore. So... No, I really don't care for Lucy or the vampire situation going on, but I mean, this fucking Uma Force is about to get crazy. Yeah. And I hope that there's more than just Andy slicing down rules. I hope that they do weird shit to him. Like, you seen how he was getting dry? I hope they had to deal with like weird rules, and Lucy turns into a negator or not. If she doesn't, maybe she just gets sacrificed or something. Who cares? You know?
Who cares?
Do you care?
I don't.
I don't.
I don't particularly care.
I don't care for Lucy or her mother. That's
Damn.
it. As a matter of fact, I'll smoke a Lucy pack later. Show me fuck.
I mean, yeah, I agree. I mean, I hope Andy goes through some cool shit. Through the UMA forest, I guess.
Big bad Uma Forest.
Yeah, I don't really know, but yeah, this was a fun one. It was cool seeing the little designs of all the UMAs and the potential that comes from them. I feel like he's just gonna blitz through this forest and face Unruin because, but I think this will be one full. I think it'll be one full chapter of him dealing with this forest, and then he'll be out. But yeah, fun chapter overall. I wasn't like bouncing off the walls for this one, but it wasn't bad at all. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed reading it, and I'm excited for the next chapter. But was that your final thoughts, Josh?
That was the final chapter, and yes, those were
That wasn't the final
thoughts.
chapter. I'm sorry.
That was the final chapter of this week.
Yes, it was. And let us know what you think about Undead Unluck, please. Oh, somebody commented that one of I think it's their name is Ginga. They comment underneath a lot of the Undead Unluck content, and there's that one guy on Under's team. You know, the one with the hair, and the hat and shit.
Jojo.
Yeah, they commented that apparently his ability is Unburn, which is pretty useless unless he was gonna capture Burn.
Was he there for that? No.
He was there for that because they already had Burn.
Oh,
Under already had Burn.
Never mind. Oh, so he helped them get Burn already then.
Yeah, so he doesn't have any powers outside of that, basically.
Wow.
But honestly, thank you for that, Ginga. Although I was like, I read that and I was like, okay,
Wow.
it was a waste of a cool design, I guess. But
Jojo,
yeah, very JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I was actually looking forward to seeing what this guy was about, but I guess we never will. But in any case, yeah, that was Undead Unluck.
But he's gonna be burning as he get closer to the sun.
That's true. Maybe he can stop the world from getting burnt. That'd be pretty fire.
That would be really lit.
Yeah. But
inconvenient.
Yeah. Well, that was Undead Unluck, and that has been our show. Thank you guys for listening again. Very much appreciated. We are back, baby. For maybe another day. We still have to do the monthly chapters pretty soon. We'll keep you posted on that. But for now, that was the end of this show. You can find me at the Chris Aspinall on Twitter and Instagram. Josh at JDCole_37. Brian. And also on Twitter at NYChillin. Brian at B.ESP on Twitter and Instagram. And on his Twitch.tv/It's Punchline. Check him out there. His computer's down right now, but once he's back, he'll be back to gaming. So check him out there. Follow the show itself at New Jump City on Twitter and Instagram. Like, share, subscribe on the show. That would be super cool. Or if you prefer audio podcasts, the audio podcast always goes on first at iTunes, Spotify, wherever you listen to podcasts. So check us out there. Email us at newjumpcitypod@gmail.com with any questions, suggestions, anything you guys want us to talk about. And yeah, we'll see you in a couple days. Hopefully, New Jump citizens, stay safe.
Peace out, guys. Thanks for listening.